Because even with Angie, we're trying to say you have to connect, you have to be part
own.
of this.
Yes.
Own the process, own the change, own what's going to happen in my space. Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie and it's Murenga Monday. And today we continue a conversation I've been having with Pauline Kiraithe from Talent Gurus at 254 and who's done so many things. And we're talking about journaling and also understanding your patterns. That's very important. So you understood your patterns and your ask was in your journals and God was answering these asks. So you'd continue making them.
Yes. So when I went through the reviews of those journals, I realized that in my path, for me to get growth, there's always discomfort. So
good discovery.
Yes, I discovered for me to grow, God will not make me grow in comfort. So it was, I think, my first realization that for me to grow, I have to take myself into uncomfortable situations.
Awesome.
So I remember my first move, my first career move that everybody wondered and asked me, what the hell are you doing, was I moved from a very good organization to an organization that was crumbling. But for me, the reason I moved was I needed to experience HR in turmoil.
Wow.
Because I needed to get those skills. I needed to understand how can you change a culture of an organization.
Wow.
And if the things I've been learning in school, because that time I was taking my master's, I really wanted to find out the things I've been learning, are they really practical?
They really work.
So I moved from Kensal, which was the best organization to work for
I
at that
remember
point.
that time, yeah.
And guess where I went? Uchumi.
What? Even me, I'm in shock.
When it was dying.
When it was dying.
Yes.
Wow.
The first time when it was attempting to die, that was around 2003.
Wow.
And for me, it was facing, you can see this is a battlefield, but you face it.
Wow.
So I think that's why I started building my muscles in terms of courage. Yeah. So I went there and I actually managed to connect with the employees. We actually got to get a culture change and we changed people's views about the organization. They realized it's actually your own contribution that will change the organization.
Wow.
So people started now connecting with the organization, and that's how the second turnaround happened. Wow. That first turnaround with Uchumi.
And you know that word is so powerful, connecting. Because even with Angie, we're trying to say you have to connect, you have to be part of this.
Yes.
Own the process, own the change, own what's going to happen in my space. You know, I'm always talking about if you want to impact the world, you have to impact your world.
Yes.
Where you are.
Yes. Wow. Yes. So that's where I think for me, my journey of transformation started. Yeah. It started now in 2005 at Uchumi.
And let me also say this, Pauline, it's also taking on challenging situations. We all want where everything is working. But unfortunately or fortunately, there are areas in this country that are not working.
Yes.
And we have to plug in.
Yes.
We have to dive in. We can't just be on the tidy part. We've got to get our hands dirty and jump into what sometimes looks like chaos.
Yeah. And there's always a preference to always want to just take care of yourself and your family.
Yeah, and make everything tidy.
You actually have to give up those comforts for the greater good of many others.
Wow. So this situation stretched you, changed you,
stretched me.
Showed you it could be done.
Yes. It was, my office was at the farthest point of industry area. I didn't even know.
Really?
I needed orientation to go to industry area. I drove the Sunday before to the farthest part of industrial area, Lunga.
Wow.
The farthest tip. And I was a single girl those days. I used to drive out of the office at midnight in the middle of the road because it is dangerous.
Yeah.
But after 2 years, I saw the change. I even given those employees hope. Those were employees who had never seen that there are other options. These are people who had stacked shelves all their lives. You know those shelves in the supermarket? And that's the only job that they knew. Just giving them hope that, you can actually change your career path. You can actually go back to school. So I remember we even had to retrench many employees, about actually 500. We retrenched, but the interesting thing about it was all those who ended up losing their jobs re-engineered their careers.
Wow.
Because we prepared them.
Wow.
We actually showed them hope.
Wow.
Yeah. And for me, that's when I realized there's a lot of power in empowering people.
That is so
that's
powerful.
My journey. That's where it started. So that was Uchumi. And then I went into media. My media, my love for media, I think because the fact that I'm also somebody enjoys reading, the learning environment. I think media was a perfect fit. I realized also early in my career that I fit better with knowledge workers.
Okay.
Yep. Because they get to challenge me, we are able to grow. Yeah. And media, they're book smart people. They really need people who they can engage mentally.
And also, I think expertise, because you need a level of skill to carry out different assignments.
Yes. So even when I got into media, it wasn't simple, because they are taught to be critical. So they are critics.
They are.
And it was a rough environment. I remember when I joined Nation Media Group, the culture was totally at the bottom. Yeah, it was really difficult, especially for the HR department, the employees. They've seen so many people come in
and go.
They've tried many things, it's never worked. So I said, okay. So it took me a while to study them, to understand them, for them to trust me. But I ran a culture change program for 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done.
Actually, that's one of the organizations I stayed the longest, 7.5 years. I'm a believer that you should do what you need to do and move on.
And then move on.
Yes, but also don't overstay.
Yes.
Because sometimes when you overstay, now they take you for granted. So during those 7.5 years, I also ran a culture change program. The same thing, empowering employees to believe in self, to believe that your life is, other than the job, you should actually be doing other things outside in impacting your society.
Wow.
I remember the only reason I stayed there 7.5 years was because I needed to complete that culture change program. And I remember when we were starting it, I looked at the project plan. It had over 400 activities, and I wondered, who's going to finish this? It actually took 5 years. But for me, the biggest thing was to see the transformation across the organization.
In the people and in the organization.
In terms of profits, the way, if you engage your employees, they give you their discretionary effort, they give you the results you're looking for. That's the point we hit the 1 billion profit mark.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we hit it even without knowing, because now the employees were engaged. Everybody loved the organization, owned the brand. Yeah. And so for me, that is when I realized, and now that's where actually my journey of coaching started.
Wow, because I was going to say the other day,
it's
I was
coaching.
even at a coaching conference, and I was saying that you need to coach your workers so that they can deliver for you.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes we just want delivery, but we don't want to do the work of coaching so that they can deliver the product. And I always say I can see they got it, but when organizations understand that you've got to really take this person as a human being and coach them so that they succeed in all areas of life, then they will deliver on the assignments and the vision that you're giving them within the organization.
Yes, so that's where actually it started. So it's, exactly what you're saying. For employees, if you take care of me, I'll take care of you. That's it. You get that equation right, they will give you the world. So that was a beautiful experience, especially seeing it come to life. But for me, I think it was the aspect of coaching. And I think that's even when I got certified for coaching then, around 2012 there.
I'm going to stop you right there. See you next Monday, Mwenye Monday, when we continue the conversation around Pauline's now coaching journey and what that means. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.